Thank you for coming today. Thank you for accepting my invitation. And I am your facilitator for today. Marinig ako?
Opo.
Okay, I am your facilitator for tonight. I'm Claire Malaga. I'm 21 years old. And I'm a third year AB Psychology from the University of Southern Mindanao. So would it be okay if mag-introduce din kayo ng sarili nyo para at least magkakilala tayo? Para at least,
Yes, ma'am.
para at least I know how to address you later if we have questions or later on sa discussions. Would that be okay?
Opo.
Okay, sino
Opo,
mag-start?
Ma'am Claire. Ako.
Okay, go.
Me, Claire. Hi, everyone. Good evening. I am Evan Luis Banzuelo. I'm 21 years old. That's all. Thank you.
Okay, next.
Ako na. Hi everyone, I am Steven Lorenz C. Fantani and I'm 21 years old.
Sige, ako sunod. Ay.
Sige, go.
Sige. I am Hanabay H. Angagaw and I'm 21 years old.
Okay, ako na next. Hello everyone, good evening. I am Samiruddin Labas all the way from Pikit and I am 23 years old. Thank you po.
Next. Sino next?
Hello po, my name is Jian Mark Torres, 21 years old po. Thank you po.
Hi, good evening. My name is Police Malpong and I'm 22 years old.
Yan ang pinaka-importante sa tanan, Dominic.
Yes, kailan ko ani niya.
Hello everyone, I'm Dominic Espejo from Tacorong City. I'm 22 years old.
Okay, thank you so much. So, mag-introduce lang ako ng house rules. Hindi naman siya ganun ka-strict. Pero, para lang mag-synchronize sa yung lahat. You can turn on or off your camera kung saan kayo comfortable. And, yung microphone should remain off unless ikaw yung nagasalita. And if you have question, you can click the hand raising button. At I think meron naman dito. Para at least ma-notify ako na may question kayo. Or you can type it sa in-call messages. So before we start, let's have our icebreaker to set the mood. So ang icebreaker natin is a word list recall. Familiar ba kayo sa word list recall?
Hindi po.
You're not familiar with the word list recall. Okay.
Hindi po.
So ang materials na kailangan sa icebreaker natin for tonight is a paper and the pen. Yun lang. So mayroon ba kayong pinprepare na papel at saka ballpen?
Wait lang po.
Okay.
Prepare.
Okay, ang mechanics ng game, meron akong ipe-present na video. And then sa video, merong magpa-flash na 15 words. Ang each word, meron siyang interval na 1 second lang. So after i-present ng word, bibigyan ko kayo ng time to write down all the words na ma-remember ninyo. Gets?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So ready na, may papel at na. Evan, ready ka? Masira ako sa CR.
May photographic memory si Eva. Wala.
Sige. Sige, ready? Mag-present ako video.
Go.
Okay na?
Evan.
Okay. I'll give you 3 minutes to write down all the words na ma-remember ninyo. Okay? Time starts now. No cheating ah.
Sorry, bigyan. Oh my God.
Okay na?
Yes.
Okay na ba ang lahat?
Yes.
Yes po.
Yung iba.
Bas pagkalaha.
Okay na? Okay, Hannah, bye. Can you share the words na na-recall mo?
So, Evan, saba. So, ito lang yung na-recall ko actually.
Okay.
So, I have 5. Sabihin ko.
Oo, sige.
I have 5 words na na-recall. So, hindi ako sure sa decision ko sa buhay. So, first word is argument,
Yeah.
fun, youth, finger, tsaka bubble. So, hindi ako sure sa finger. Ako.
Evan, go. Hoy, Evan, basi nag-cheat ka ha? Go, Evan.
Ako na.
Basi nag-cheat ka, Evan ha?
Wala, nagapalabas ka lahat. Argument, made, fan, beef, clouds, bubble. Kana lang.
Ano, feet?
Beef.
Oh. Okay, sinong next?
Ako next.
Go, Sam.
So, good evening everyone. I have here 6 tama. First is argument, fun, made, use, bubble, and beef. That's it. Thank you.
Okay, next.
Ako next. Ano dito? 5 lang din. Argument, fun, made, use, of, finger. So, yun lang, 5.
Okay, thank you. Sinong next mag-share?
Ako.
Go, Pao.
Argument, fun, use, beef, bubble, finger, and made.
Wow, bright kita na si Pauline, ah. Next.
Ako na, okay.
Go dyan.
Fun, argument, made, use, cloud, beef, bubble, finger.
Wow, chalet. Okay, next. Si Dominic.
Ako na.
Go, Dominic.
Fun, made, use, beef, clouds, bubble, and finger.
Okay, thank you. Wala na? Okay na? So, here are the words, 15 words kanina na finlash sa video. So, we have the argument, fun, made, use, underwear, clouds, night, beef, bedroom, bubble, interest, finger, room, that, and jewel. So, yes, so i-count nyo kung ilang words ang meron kayo. Kasi a study says, if you can only remember 4 words, you have low memory recall.
Oh my God, bugo ko.
Sino nakakuha ng 4? Sino nakakuha ng 4?
Memory daw, dili intellect.
Kaya gani, memory.
Wala, bugo ko dahil. 5 lang ako
It is,
Nakalima na din akin. Wag
it is
ka.
an average memory ng 80-year-old and above.
Oh my God. Bugo.
Di puta, magkabubuhanin pa tayo dito.
Okay, and if you got 7, you have an average memory recall.
Oh my God, bugo din ko.
That's a memory of an average adolescent. So, may nakakuha 7.
Insecure ko ni. Magwasta ko ni.
And if you got 8 and above, you have a high memory recall.
Wow.
So, alam nyo na. Tulog-tulog din pag may time. That's our icebreaker. So, what we did a while ago is actually a memory retention and recall. That is our theme. This whole webinar is about memory retention and recall. So, now let's move on to our main activity. The memory train. Are you familiar with the memory train? Have you done it before? Okay, no.
Wala pa.
Okay,
Wala pa, bago to.
this activity, wala siyang kailangan na materials. You only need your laway, your memory, internet connection. That's all you need. So, the instruction or the mechanics nitong game is kasi kung gagawin siya face-to-face, ang mangyayari, magfo-fall in line kayo. So, since siya online, ang gagawin natin, I will assign you by number para maging smooth ang flow ng game. Okay? I-assign ko kayo by number. So, tandaan yung number nyo, ha? So, 1 is si Dominic. Tandaan nyo, ha? Dominic is number 1. Evan is number 2. Number 3 is Hanabay. 4 is Jalen. 5, Pauline. 6 is Steven. Okay? Since si Dominic ang number 1, siya ang maging first player. Evan is number 2, maging second player siya, and so on. Okay, naintindihan nyo yung numbering, yung sequence?
Makisot ay on.
Opo. Papasok mo si Sam.
Ay, si Sam pa di ay.
Ano number ko? Wait. Number 10.
Okay, liwat.
Pangit eh.
Okay.
Karami natin, wait lang.
7 lang gani.
Sige lang, Iwan.
Okay.
Dami na.
O sige, liwat na lang. Liwat. Okay. Mag-ulit tayo.
5 na daan si Ivan, wait lang.
Wait.
Samunta ma-slide ka sa inyong CR.
From the top. Hoy, mga badman, kumuda-muda mo. Technical error.
Okay.
Okay.
Go, go, go.
Okay, liwat ha. From the top. Ang number 1, sa Evan. Kinag-change sa Evan.
Okay.
Okay, Evan number 1. Dominic number 2. Okay, Dominic. Number 3, si Hanabay.
Yes.
Number 4, si Jalen. Number 5, si Pauline. Number 6, si Steven. Number si Sam. Si Sam ang last. Okay? Naintindihan?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, ganito ang mechanics. Ganito ang mechanics. Magde-declare ako ng theme. Kahit anong theme na gusto ko. Okay, magde-declare ako ng theme. And then the first player, intindihan niyo ako magde-declare ako ng theme. For example, ang gusto kong theme is animals.
Yes, ma'am.
The first player, mag-create siya ng phrase. For example, I am going to the zoo and I see a, ganun yung
Giraffe.
phrase. Ganun yung phrase ng first player. The second player, i-repeat niya ang phrase ng first player and mag-a-add siya ng mag-a-add siya ng animal. Gets? Gets,
Yes.
no?
Yes, ma'am.
Memory train siya, day, ha?
Yes po.
The next player, ang third player, i-repeat niya ang phrase na sinabi ng second player and mag-a-add din siya ng another animal. Okay?
Opo.
Kung sino ang player na hindi kayang i-recall ang phrase or kung magkamali, eliminated. Okay?
Yes.
Eliminated.
Yes.
So kunwari, ang player number 5 ang nagkamali. Eliminated siya. Ang player number 6 ngayon ang magiging player number 1. So magsa-start tayo sa kanya ulit. Gets?
Yes.
Kasi unfair kung magbalik sa number 1. Kasi mas easy yung part niya, mag-create lang siya ng phrase. So para lahat may chance na maging player number 1. Ganun ang gagawin. Okay, naintindihan?
Yes.
Okay, Evan. Ang theme is animals.
1, 2, 3, go. I am going to the zoo and I see a...
I am going to the zoo and I see a monkey.
Next player.
She went to the zoo and she saw a monkey.
Hanabay, eliminated. Hanabay is eliminated.
Tuloy nagkani ko.
Hanabay is eliminated. Grabe ka paraphrasing. Paraphrasing ang kay Hanabay.
The student is Sir Indin.
Eliminated si Hanabay. Okay, sinusunod kay Hanabay.
Ako yata.
Si Jalen. Ikaw ang first player. Subong Jalen. Okay, ang theme is country.
I traveled to
Next player.
I traveled to Europe.
Next player.
I traveled to Europe
Next
and
player.
Paris.
Doon sa katib.
I I traveled to Europe, Paris,
Okay.
Next player.
Sam. Ako na? Paris is the city of love.
Eliminated si Sam not following instruction.
Akala ko yung Paris na yung ulitin ko.
Uy, hindi nyo gets ang instruction.
Nasabi na yung I travel, diba? Na-repeat na.
Mag-leave na lang ko, please. Mag-leave na lang ko. Tomorrow na lang.
Akala ko kasi.
Di ba tama yung ginawa ko? Ayoko nga eliminate.
Uy, Diyos ko. Eliminated si Sam. Eliminated si Sam. Balik sa first player.
Ulitin lahat.
First player. Hipos na da Sam. Eliminated ka na.
Ako. Theme clear.
Okay. Our theme is... Saan ko? Oh my God.
Note ka, check topic.
Ayoko na.
Okay, places here in Philippines.
Okay. I am traveling to... Next. Traveling.
Dominic Claire.
Mahina connection ni Dominic.
I am traveling to Baguio.
Dili pa ikaw. Eliminated ka naman sa meruti.
Uy, eliminated ka na, Sam.
Sorry.
Ay, ako na.
Oh.
I am traveling to, Palawan.
Okay, next player.
Ako ba?
Yes.
I am traveling to Palawan, Manila.
Next player.
I am traveling to Palawan, Manila, Cebu.
Next player.
I am traveling to Palawan,
Evan, ako
Manila.
ba? Tanga. O, eliminated si Evan.
Wala, bakit yan? Gusto ko mag-iwan.
Excited ako eh.
Hindi man to eliminated. Kain ma-recall niya man.
Hindi laway lang. Why gini mechanics? Hindi eliminated si Evan.
Go, Evan. Hindi ka eliminated, Evan.
Yes. Steven.
I am traveling to Palawan, Manila, Cebu, Davao.
Kaya ka na. I am traveling to Palawan, Manila, Cebu, Davao because I want to see
Next. Sino next? Dominic.
Balik-balik kali ni. I am traveling to Palawan, Manila, Cebu, Davao because I want to see a durian.
Ang team nata. Sige gaw patuloy, go.
Lagi na sa Davao.
Sa mechanics, hindi ba? Durian.
Ang theme tawag nito is animals. Ay, ano to, places here in the Philippines. So, Dorian, is that a place?
Pwede durian tapos dalon niya silang balay.
Tani, wala niya man gihambal. So, eliminated si Dominic.
Kaya ang lahat stop Davao mga
Kaya, agi na sa Davao ba?
So,
Okay.
kailangan talaga mandatory na Dorian.
Another theme. Pila na lang ang tatlo ang player.
Boy pa ko.
Apat?
So, theme is, ang theme ta, ano bang namin nga theme?
Ay, hindi prepared ang ano.
artista.
Pwede. Celebrity, local celebrity.
Sa ako galang ma-out sini.
Local celebrity ha.
Kinsa na?
Kita mo na. Ako ba?
Oh, si Jalen.
Local celebrity po.
Oh.
I wanted to see
Next.
I wanted to see Piolo Pascual.
I wanted to see Piolo Pascual. Maha.
Maha Blanca.
Biko.
Sino mahablang? Ano mahablang ka?
Sino ano? Black sa papel.
Mahal.
Ano to mahablang ka?
Ano?
Ano na? Ano na?
Kinsa na next?
Kinsa nag-ingon mahablang ka?
Ay, okay, ako next. I wanted to see Piolo Pascual, Maha, Bea Alonzo,
Next.
I wanted to see Piolo Pascual, Maha, Bea Alonzo, Inigo Pascual.
Pamilya ni Pion. Si Ma.
I love.
Sige. Sige. Ano man naman?
Military ni Pio. Si Papa.
Sali nyo yung, yung mate niya.
Sige. Botan. Sunod.
Wow.
I wanted to see Piolo Pascual, Maha, Bea Alonzo, Inigo Pascual, and Kim Chu.
Next.
I wanted to see Piolo Pascual, Maha, Bea Alonzo, Inigo Pascual, and Kim Chu together with Vice Ganda.
Showtime hosted us.
I wanted to see Piolo Pascual, Maha, Bea Alonzo, Inigo Pascual. Sa ganyan. And Kim Chu. Okay, wala na ako. Clear eliminated ako.
Si Kim Chu.
Together with...
O anong ginatudloan mo? Kunin mo, eliminated naman ko.
Si Sam.
Wala ka, bugo.
Ang dili man daw maka-remember kay eliminated
Oo,
na.
dili
Wala man
maka-remember.
sa mechanics.
Recall naman si Kim Chu, di ba?
Wala na remember na Evan.
Ay, tsaka kayo ba? Pareha na ta.
So, pila na lang.
Tatlo na lang sila.
Okay. Ang mechanics is word. Any word. First player. Dominic.
Out na ba?
Ay, out. Sino pa?
Tatlo na lang sila. Si Pauline, Steven, kag
Jalen.
Okay, fine. I love the word
Next player.
I love the word ball.
I love the word ball because I play volleyball.
Word lang ganit eh, Ben.
Eliminated.
Oh,
Okay, sa
eliminated.
pagka-remember,
Two players na lang.
2 players na lang.
Go,
Okay.
Jalen. Go, Paulin.
The next theme is lyrics ng song.
Dugan.
Isuda na.
Kahit word lang. Go. Or songs na lang, songs. Okay.
Pa rin?
Oh, last na lang.
I love the song.
I love the song.
At-
Hallelujah.
Uy, ulita. Naga-interrupt man si Claire. Ano man nga fasi?
Okay, para mag-stop na lang to, no? Dugay-dugay, dalawa na lang man sila. Pwede na lang natin sila imuon nga winner, dalawa sila.
Yay!
Yay!
Jalen and Pauline.
Yay, pinsan.
Oo. Okay, that is our main activity.
Play round 2.
So now, how was the activity?
Fine.
Can someone share their experience? How was the activity?
Dili ko mag-share kay wala ko nag-blast.
Ako man. Nabitin ko sa fan. Sayang. Go, Teb.
Ako, the activity will help you recall instantly. I mean, since ikaw yung nauna na player, so you really have to recall everything from the first player until maabot sa imuha.
So how was it?
It was great. It was fun.
Okay. Anyone? Si Jalen, how was the activity?
It's okay, I guess.
Okay, what do you think are the most challenging part? Evan, what do you think are the most challenging part?
When I had to remember what the other participants said while thinking about what to say next.
So what do you think you learned in this activity? May na-learn ba kayo through this activity?
Meron.
What? Can you share?
No, and through this activity, I learned the importance of listening and doing mental notes. Yan po.
So do you think, Evan, how will you apply it in real life?
I will apply it in real life by paying more attention to whoever is speaking to me. And yes, yun po. Be more interested in just anything. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. So now let's move on to our discussion. So our discussion is about memory, retention, and recall, and why do we forget? So what does it mean to forget? Do you have any idea what does it mean to forget?
Forgetting means not remembering.
Yeah. So forgetting is the loss or change in information that was previously stored in short-term or long-term memory. It can occur suddenly or it can occur gradually as old memories are lost. So forgetting is very common sa lahat ng tao. Right? Wala naman siguro ng tao na hindi nakakalimot. Hindi tayo Diyos, hindi tayo Panginoon, na hindi tayo nakakalimot. It's very common sa lahat. But if you experience an excessive or unusual na pagkalimot, it can be a serious problem. Pero forgetting is very common. Pero the question is, why are we often forget information? Why are we unable to retrieve information from the past? Do you have any idea why? What do you think are the explanation? No idea? So the one possible explanation kung bakit tayo nakakalimot is yung tinatawag nating decay theory. According sa theory na to, as you can see sa graph dito sa right side, ito, parang our memory is nag-fade siya over time. That is the reason kung bakit tayo nakakalimot. For example, here. Di ng araw. Okay. Here, dito sa sa part na ito. Kunwari, this is the day na na-encounter mo ang isang information. Kunwari, that's siguro mga seconds na na-encounter mo ang information. The possibility that you can remember that information is 100%. But over time, as the time goes by, that information is pwede siyang mag-decrease or mag-fade, especially if hindi siya na-rehearsed or hindi tayo nagbigay ng attention or so much focus on that information. And another question is, how long do memories last? In your opinion, anong opinion nyo? Gaano ba kadalas naglalast ang memory natin?
Ang makaya lamang good nga capacity sang brain to remember is 7 and 10 good na law ng as much as I can remember. Every time nga maka-remember kasi something new, ma-replace yung old mo na
Yes,
so,
yes. Actually, yes.
ganun.
Tama si Hannah Bay. So, we have what we call the stage model of memory. So, merong mga memories na brief lang talaga siya. Very brief. Like seconds. And then, after that second, hindi mo na siya ma-remember. But there are also memories na naglalast siya for days, for weeks, months, years, or even decades. So, we have here the stage model of memory, the sensory memory, the short-term memory, and long-term memory. So first is a sensory memory. This memory is the earliest stage of memory. Dito sa memory na to, during this stage, sensory information from the environment is stored for a very brief period of time. So basically, ang ginagamit natin dito is our senses. But the common senses na ginagamit is our visual and auditory na senses. So according sa study, the visual information can only last not longer than half second. Ganun ka brief. But the auditory information can last 3 to 4 seconds. Ganoon. Ang example dito sa sensory memory, kunwari you are driving. And then you saw signage. And your memory helps you to recognize that is a signage. But after that, hindi mo na ma-remember na nadaanan mo pala yung signage na yan. Okay, gets? If we attend to that information, pwede siyang ma-store sa short-term memory. Pero pag hindi, pag nag-fail tayo to give focus or attention to that memory, mag-fade talaga siya after seconds. So our next stage is the short-term memory, also known as active memory. these are the information that we are parang currently focusing on or we are currently thinking about. So sa Freudian psychology, this memory is pwede siyang i-refer as conscious mind. So paying attention to sensory memories generates information in short-term memory. Like what I have said earlier, if we give focus or attention sa sensory memory, pwede siyang mag-generate into short-term memory. Ang short-term memory, naglalast lang siya approximately 20 to 30 seconds. Brief din, pero mas longer siya sa sensory memory. Dito din sa short-term memory, pumapasok yung sinabi ni Hanabay na yung the magic 7 number plus and minus 2. Tama ba ko, Hanabay?
Yes.
Yung kay George Miller. According to that theory, is people can only remember 5 to 9 na information. Ano yung sabi mo, Hanabay, kanina? Na ang old memories natin, pag may mag-add na another, makakalimutan yung una and mag-replace ng another. Tama ba ko, Hanabay?
Yes, and applicable siya doon sa first mo na activity.
Yes, exactly. Ganon.
Surprise ka?
The magic 7 numbers, minus and plus 2. According to the theory, we can only store sa ating short-term memory 5 to 9 information. That is the reason kung bakit ang telephone number sa America is only 7 digits. Kasi yan lang ang kayang i-remember ng tao without rehearsing. Actually, applicable din siya sa Philippines. We have 11 digits, right? We have 11 digits. Ang trick daw doon para madali mong ma-memorize ang number is to only focus on the latter 7. Sa last 7 numbers. Kasi sa Philippines, talaga namang 09 yung una, di ba? And then ang i-ask mo lang, kunwari may na-meet ka sa bar and gusto mong kunin yung number niya. Para madali mo ma-remember, mag-focus ka lang sa last 7 na digits. And then, syempre, sa Philippines ka, 09 talagang mauna. And then, i-ask mo na lang kung anong network siya. Kunwari, TM. Ano bang mga number sa TM? Like 0936. And then, yun lang ang i-remember mo, yung last 7 digits. So, that is a short-term memory. And also, like doon sa sa sensory memory, if we give focus or attention to that information, pwede siyang ma-store into another stage, what we call the long-term memory. Itong long-term memory refers to the continuing storage of information. So this information is largely outside of our awareness. So para sa Freudian psychology, since outside of our awareness, ni-refer nila dito as preconscious or unconscious mind. Ang memories dito, nakastore siya sa long-term memory, but you can only recall pag kailangan mo siya. For example, when I ask you, when is your birthday? Hanabay, when is your birthday?
April 19.
Diba? Nakastore na siya sa long-term memory mo. Your birthday.
Yeah.
Another experiences na nag-store siya sa long-term memory. Can someone share experiences from before?
Pinagpakaya-hiya ako doon sa freshman day.
Ay, grabe. Pwede din.
Yeah.
So that is a long-term memory. Another example, ako kunwari. Yung number ko when I was in grade 8, I still remember. 0927648790. The reason is always ginagamit ko siya for how many years. So always ko siyang ma-encounter, always ko siyang gina-repeat. So ang nangyari, nag-store siya sa long-term memory ko.
Madami ka siguro text me.
Hindi. Yon, example ng long-term memory. Pwede din your debut. Di ba memorable? That is a long-term memory.
Question.
Yes, Jalen.
Applicable ba yan sa ano? Like, every time mag-play ko sang music ko, so sa inyo, kayo, Claire, mag-react dayon kayo. Mag-react.
Actually, madiscuss natin later on, Jalen.
Okay.
Applicable siya actually sa long-term memory. Okay, that's long-term memory. Next is losing memory. Why do we forget? So we have here 4 basic explanations why we forget and why we can't retrieve information. First is failure to store. Like what I have said earlier, if we didn't give focus sa information, lalo na sa sensory memory, pag doon pa lang hindi na siya na-store sa short-term memory, possible talaga na makalimutan. That's one explanation kung bakit tayo mahirapan mag-retrieve. Next is interference. What is interference? Interference, nangyayari siya kapag may isang memory, kunwari nag-retrieve ka ng isang memory, may mag-interfere na another memory. Parang dalawang memory is competing with each other kasi same sila na parang experience. Gets nyo? So, mahirapan ka mag-retrieve. I'll give example. Kunwari, i-ask ko si Pauline, anong ulam mo last Thursday? Diba you can't remember kung anong ulam mo last Thursday kasi marami kang memories on Thursday. So, mahirapan kang mag-retrieve kung saan doon ang exact na nangyari on that day. That is interference. Gets?
Opo.
Okay. Next is motivated forgetting. These are the memories na we intentionally forget. Example, memories that can trigger your anxiety. Memories na hindi mo gustong balikan. Like bad memories or embarrassing moments. Pwede ito. So we intentionally forget that memory. That is another explanation why we can't retrieve information. Last is retrieval failure. This retrieval failure, ito yung nangyayari siya kapag yung memory na na-store sa long-term memory is actually present siya sa long-term memory. Ito na yung sinasabi, Jalen. Yung memory mo, na-store siya sa long-term memory, pero hindi siya accessible. Accessible lang siya pag mayroong retrieval cues. Yung example ni Jalen, so kunwari, when you listen sa song, di ba meron kang sudden feeling of, basta may something na mag-pop na memory or experience. Have you experience yung ganon? That is retrieval failure. The memory is na-store siya sa long-term memory pero hindi siya accessible not unless mayroong retrieval cues. Okay?
Like nostalgia.
Yeah, Jalen, nostalgia. So that is losing memory. Naintindihan?
Yes.
Opo.
So that ends my discussion. Have you learned something? Do you have any questions, clarifications?
None.
Okay. To end this webinar, we have wrap-up activity. Okay, wrap-up activity. Last na lang yun na siya. So this wrap-up activity is entitled 10 fingers. So ang gagawin ninyo, you recall or remember 10 points or ideas that we have discussed or ginawa natin kanina. And then i-associate nyo siya sa bawat fingers. For example, ako, ang right index finger ko, i-associate ko siya with the short-term memory. Ang ring finger ko, i-associate ko siya sa right ring finger ko, i-associate ko siya sa long-term memory. Okay, gets? Naintindihan ba? Or i-repeat ko ang instruction.
Ano man sa 10 fingers mo, i-relate mo yung what you have learned.
Yes.
Sa
So, parang i-associate mo siya. Para later on, pag matapos ng activity, every time you look at your finger, it reminded you of the points that you have learned here sa webinar.
Okay. I-explain pa ko ano.
Hindi na mag-explain kaya wala na time. Ano lang,
Sige,
ihamba
go.
lang. Okay, I'll give you 5 minutes. Okay lang? Last activity na.
Go.
Sige. Three minutes siguro okay na. Okay na? Okay na ka ba?
Nag-left na sila. Wala naman ko.
Sige lang, wrap up activity na lang man. Okay na? Tapos ka na halabay, pwede ka na mag-start.
Sure. Kasi mali na naman ko ha.
Sige. Okay lang.
Tatlo, makakulay.
Sige, pakita mo fingers mo Yan.
Second sum
Ah.
is, I remember, most is the 7 plus minus 2. I consider it as a long-term memory kay report ko siya sa pag first year.
Yes.
Short-term memory. Index finger, short-term. Middle finger is long-term. And sensory memory, tapos decay theory.
10 fingers. 10 fingers. Ganyan na ba? 10! Sige, 5 fingers na lang para sa mo. 5 fingers. Okay.
Sige, 10.
Sige, okay lang 5.
Kung ako nabasat ay 10 points. Galing. Sige, 10 eh. Si George Miller.
Sige, go.
Michelle George Miller. Tapos 30 seconds lang galas ang short-term memory.
Oh, sige.
Tapos, wala na, ma-remember ko na lang si Jalen ka pamangkot.
Sige.
Thank you.
Sa 3 points lang ma-remember ko. Ay, tama na yun.
Sige. Sino pa? Jalen. Tapos ka na, Jal.
to tell you the truth, wag ko pamati.
So, wala ka sa key points, Jalen.
Ang ma-recall ko lang, sensory, decay theory,
Mm.
John Miller ba yun? John
Mm.
Miller ba yun?
George Miller.
Ay, George pala. Short, sensory, long term, decay theory, George Miller, tapos nung interfere, yata yun?
Interference. Oh, sige.
Interference, tapos ang ma-recall ko lang tong example ko, tong music, tong nostalgia, tapos tong may ayun pa, sino yapon yun? Oh, yun lang, yun ang ma-recall ko. Pero 7 pa 7 ba yun? Yun ang mamatian ko, Abby.
Okay, thank you, Jal. Ikaw, Pauline.
Hindi ka nabutin.
Oh, sige, okay lang.
So, ang pinaka
Ako na lang.
naalala ko kay ang 7 magic number.
Yes, tama.
Next kay ang short term, long term, sensory memory, losing information, motivation, forgetting. Katong memory train ng activity.
Okay. Thank you. Si Samirodin.
Okay. Ako mga key points lang na kay ang short-term memory, long-term memory, losing memory, motivated losing memory, tapos sensory memory, decay theory, si George Miller, tapos ang amnesia ni Jalen, tapos ang pinaka din ako makalimtan, napildi ko sa memory train nga, naga-enjoy pa naman ko yan.
Ayun din.
Okay, thank you.
Memory ko.
Oh, sige, thank you. Sino pa? Si Evan. Ano pa ba si Evan?
Tama din siya.
Si Evan. Sige, first honor.
Ang first na kong maalala, ang first ko na maalala, lapit ko makuyapan, sige katawa.
Well, Evan, matras ko dari ikaw sa laka.
Nakatawa ko sa mahan ni Steven. Tapos, ang short-term memory. Tapos, ang fact na ang short-term memory kay last at most 30 seconds. Tapos, sensory memory. About long-term memory. About decay theory. About why and how we forget things. About George Miller. About interference.
Okay. I think hinay ang internet ni Dominic. Okay, that's all. Thank you so much for cooperation, participation. Thank you.